Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is a must-ask question. Do you have issues with your TJ overheating? Apparently, it's a common issue, but I'm going to go over some things that may help you out to determine the source of your overheating. First off, some of the basic, easy things to look for. When was the last time your thermostat has been changed? Is your thermostat stuck closed? Could that be the cause of the overheating? That's number one. Number two is coolant. Is your antifreeze up to par? Is it good? Because antifreeze not only lowers the freezing point, it also raises the boiling point, which will greatly help you with overheating issues. Another item to look for is your radiator cap. Is it staying pressurized up? For every pound of pressure in the radiator, it'll raise the boiling point about 2 to 4 degrees. That's why you need to inspect your seals. Make sure that your cap is staying pressurized because it greatly increases the boiling point of your coolant. Next one, we're going to look at what is the condition of your radiator. A lot of people like to go wheeling. Now, if your radiator isn't clean, like if you look through mine is spotless because you can see through it. If you put a light behind it and you can't see light, you got some major issues there. You need to clean that radiator out. A clogged, dirty radiator will be your greatest source of overheating. Now, this is an item that's highly overlooked, is that on the stock Jeep engines, if you have the mechanical fan, the clutch fan, if it's not working properly, if this clutch is not engaging, you're going to have some issues with overheating. Something else you want to look for at the front of your Jeep, believe it or not, once you get like your bumper on there, your winch, your lights, you're actually blocking off the flow to the radiator. And I got this grill on front, and people ask me all the time if I have issues heating up, and no, I don't. And the reason why I don't, well, partially because I live in a colder climate. This probably won't work if I live somewhere like Texas. But I have it on there to protect the radiator because stone bruises hitting the radiator will cause problems too. You know, once your fins get all bent up and damaged, well, that reduces the cooling effectability of the radiator as well. Now, something else that may help you remove heat from the engine bay, and I found that's helped out greatly, is I installed the Poison Spider louver hood, and that has helped out huge for removing heat from the engine bay. And that, believe it or not, can even help out because the cooler your engine bay stays, of course, the less heat there is to keep building up and making that rad boil over. One of the last things I'm going to cover is, of course, the condition of your water pump. Believe it or not, if you're not using proper coolant, if your coolant is expired and should be changed, or if you're not using coolant at all, the impeller can actually wear down. Now, as the impeller corrodes and breaks down, what you're going to experience is loss of flow. And loss of flow is going to mean the coolant's not moving, and that's going to be huge issues when it comes to heating up. There could be some things that are obvious too. Maybe the belt broke, and if the belt isn't there, the water pump ain't spinning, or the automatic tensioner could be bad, or maybe it's just not tensioned properly if you have the old school type. Now, I'm only covering the things that affect the cooling circuit. Now, if you have an engine that's running lean, that's going to make your engine heat up. I know when I had the supercharger put on this Jeep, my engine temperature would be up to par in a matter of minutes. The supercharger made the engine work so much harder, created so much heat, stuff like that. There's so many variables involved, mechanically wise, that could cause your engine to heat up too, but I'm only dealing with the coolant circuit in this video. Like I said, many mechanical things can cause your engine to overheat, including a head gasket that's blowing, or a head gasket that blows because you're overheating. Many variables involved. I hope this quick video kind of helps you pinpoint some things maybe you overlooked, didn't really realize, to help get you back on track. And I know a lot of people suffer from heating up. I've never had that issue, Doesn't mean it can't happen, because who knows what it'll be once we get the LS swap in this Jeep. I don't know if I'm going to be using the stock rad, an aftermarket rad. I haven't got to that point yet. But anyways, I'm going to get going. If you guys have any questions or comments, post them below. And I want to thank you guys for watching.